TimeSplitters 2 is considered to be an underrated FPS classic, but did you know that there lies a creepy hidden Easter egg in one of the game's menus? Supposedly, there's a demonic voice that plays, and the best part is that there's a girl's voice. Whoa, now you got me interested. So let's check this out. But before we can get into this, I think it's appropriate that we talk about what TimeSplitters is as a series. So, TimeSplitters 2 is the second installment of the TimeSplitters series created by the now defunct team Free Radical. The team originally consisted of ex-Rareware employees who wanted to start a brand new video game franchise. Thus, TimeSplitters was made. The game is considered a predecessor to both GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. You play through the game as a multitude of characters through various time periods, collecting the time crystals to stop the TimeSplitters race from getting to them first. The game's story isn't that deep, but it's a lot of fun, visiting the different time periods and shooting through bad guys. From personal experience, I love TimeSplitters 2, and I consider it, if not, one of my favorite video games of all time. I seriously recommend this game to anybody who's willing to check out anything unique besides your average World War II shooter. Check it out. Now that you know about the game a little bit, let's get into the real mystery of this thing. When you die in the game, you're prompted with a mission failure screen and get an option to retry or quit. Well, if someone were to stay on this screen for more than 2 minutes, the music would fade out and then this would play. That's fairly creepy for some video game over music, but it doesn't end there. If you were to wait for another 2 minutes, this would happen.
Is that too loud? Is that too loud?
What? Did I just hear someone say if the music was too loud? Yeah, I presumed it to be somebody communicating through the game. To me, if the music's too loud, I mean, if it's too loud, I'd put the volume down. But I assume this to be some developer from Free Radical who happened to be featured in this song. For some random players who stumbled across this must have scared the living shit out of them. The funny thing is that this has been in the whole game this whole entire time, and the reason nobody talked about it was because rarely would anybody stay in the menus for that long just to hear, like, this weird audio. So let's identify what's going on with this music. I've gone out of my way to try and fix the slowed down audio to its original speed, and it turns out it's actually Captain Ash, one of the characters you play in the video game, from the Aztec Ruins level, giving an alternate take of his dialogue. Now, the woman at the end is speculated to be one of the actresses for the game, which I can point out right here. Anybody would assume this was some sort of editing error with the slowed down audio and even hearing someone's voice being in the song. Was this intentional? Was it an error? What's going on? Well, in order to figure this out, I had to find who made the game's soundtrack. I tried looking up the original composer for the TimeSplitters series, which then led me to Graham Norgate, who was a past composer for a few Rareware games. It didn't take long until I found he had a Twitter account, and I thought to tweet at him about the origins of this game over track and if he had anything to do with it. Not even a day later, I got a reply from him, and this is what he had to say. He states, I was just bored one afternoon and started messing around. I probably put it in to see if anyone was paying attention to the audio. The testers that were shipped into the office had the room next to me and would play the game while I was listening to Chris Rock, which made me angry. So it looks like the composer of the game got bored one day and decided to mix the song from leftovers to see if anyone would notice. Turns out nobody did, and it got shipped out without playtesters seeing it at all. Very interesting, but I guess I should have expected this from an ex-Rareware employee. So this concludes the mystery of the TimeSplitters 2 Game Over music. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.